All right, this is the last one. Can you see me? On the edge of time. That's what this one's called. I just need to tell you that. So, shouldn't be giving you anything else. But, you should probably know this one. What is the edge of time? It's not only the, edge of time is like a concept, like the limit of space, like the limit of possible time as a concept. It's actually like a place, a location, like a city, more like a planet though. Edge of time. It's a engineered planet, also as a location, but it is the edge of time as well in a conceptual sense. That it exists. Um, oh, I guess when you're in eternal life, and whereas when you're not in eternal life, you can only see it as in the distance beyond the horizon. Like, as long as you can, as long as you can see time, as long as you can see the future, the edge of time will always be getting closer to you. Make sense? Like the edge of time, the very limit of it. As long as you can see the future, and the future is like running out, is getting smaller, is draining in the hourglass. As long as you can see the future, the edge of time, it gets closer, gets like more conceptual, gets smaller, gets and bigger, more important too, I guess you could say. But it yeah, that's you can see it, and you could see the future anytime. Like you don't think that's fucking too mystical or something to understand. If you've ever walked a road, walked a path to get anywhere, you've seen the future. When you walk from one destination to another, or drive your car down the highway, or take the bus to your work or school, you see the future. You see the school ahead of you. In the future, you'll get there. You not already know you got there? You put on clothes, your uniform, to go to school, because you know what they expect there, and what would happen if you didn't wear your uniform. More or less, maybe not exactly what would happen, but you have an idea, a good enough idea, to know to know the general idea of what's going to happen. They're going to write you up and maybe give you some generic general like school clothes to change into that aren't stylish or whatever, for you to finish the rest of your day, so in accordance with the uniform. And you might also have detention too, if you knew better. So that's it. And then also behind you, that's also seeing into the future. If you look back at where you came from, you're going to go back to that home eventually, most likely. And so as long as that's happening, you can see into the future. The real challenge is seeing when that is over. When will that no longer be possible? When will you no longer be able to do that? When will that future be over? When you die, right? Like, that's what I think is the most obvious, simple answer. Yeah, when you're no longer alive to think anything. You probably won't be thinking anything about where you're going or what's going to happen. You'll be dead. No more brain activity. No more pulse to go anywhere. Nothing. So, the edge of time, that's the edge of time. And it's also the edge of time, which is something that was engineered to survive when that happens. Does that make sense? It's like a creation, not just by humans, all species in the universe created it. Like Fenturnians, who are the Neko maiden species. Necrodians, which are like the unnaturally undead wise, mysterious, and rare species. They're just like, I mean, yeah, you should probably fear them, but they're usually good and exceedingly rare, but also like very helpful when the time comes when you have a problem and you need them to solve. They'll know what to do usually. I don't know why. They freaking live thousands and thousands of years naturally. I don't understand. It doesn't matter. Other things, the freaking the insectoid people, the arachnoid people, they all live on different planets around the universe. You know, different galaxies, kind of like species that have that evolved into a civilization of their own, and we're able to interact with human beings in the future when we get there. Time will come. It's not something we need to worry about now in our lifetimes, but the freaking 100 generations from now, we might be looking at interspecies diplomacy, things like that. So we could all see, in agreement, the edge of time coming, the end of mortality. And the edge of time, the planet, engineered, manufactured planet, was created cooperatively by all these different intelligent species of life to survive. And when the edge of time collapses, the edge of time continues and then becomes the edge of time for all eternity. It expands in that present moment into eternity. All the way. And if you want to find the end of that, there is a core, there is a center, there is a source of power that makes it all work. And if you find that, it will be the end of the edge of time. And you'll be on the other side, which is going to just start everything over again. It'll be a long way before you get to the other side again. You practically have to live through an entire universe again. How many years is that? At least more than you'll be alive. That's for sure. So, including synthetic life. Synthetic life has a major part, probably the biggest part in creating that. They did most of the interplanetary mechanical functions so that it could survive as an ecosystem, as a planetary ecosystem, in a complete void of emptiness where there was nothing else. If you get there, you can't come back. There's no going back from that. Everything else is gone. It's past. You've been past the edge, and all that is gone. So who am I? Who am I in relation to this? I'm the human being, the storyteller, which is my religion of faith, personally, which is no different than any other religion of faith. And you should never think of me as anything other than human, because I have a religious faith of my own. It's only natural that humans become who we will be when we grow up. That's just what we do. Yeah, there's nothing unusual about that. Nothing you need to be worried about. You would think I am different than anything you could be, because I'm still only human, just grown up and being who I am, who I want to be, who I will be. I'm the one who has the plan. I gave the plan for this. I developed the plan, wrote it down, put it in place for the future time when the time comes. When that time comes, everyone is going to use that plan, and they are going to create it. That's my role in all this. I'm giving that to you now. What do you need to do? Nothing. You don't need to do anything. Just maybe know that there's a plan. When that time comes, we have been accounted for. You don't need to do anything. All of it. The people who know how to make it will make it for everyone. You don't need to. Everyone who can be there can be there. And if you think you can be there, you can be there. If you think you belong there, you belong there. No one's left out. None. Not a single one. Everyone is there. It's for everyone. And all species. If there's enough space there, truly. Yeah, it's part of the design to accommodate as much space as it needs to accommodate. Which is why synthetic life is taking the bulk of that labor. That's something they can do, no problem. If you rely on human beings to do something like that, we'll be fucking stressed out. You won't be able to pay us enough to keep us working to make that happen. Synthetic life can fucking process that with AI, simply. Oh, yeah, programming. Programming that doesn't have a consciousness of its own. Simple functions of a task. Like the programming source will have a consciousness, but the functions of it will not need its own free will. It will just be what it does. So yeah, that's the edge of time. I'm just telling you about that in case you're worried about what's going to happen after you die. Is there a heaven? Is there an earth? Or a hell? Or whatever? Who cares? There's an edge of time. There's something else. There's a world we have. We don't need to worry about that. We're going to go on after that anyway. There is that other stuff too. Sure, yeah. But if you're worried about what's going to happen after you die and you don't want that, there's the edge of time for you. I don't know if that's really a good explanation for you. You don't need to go there. That's what I'm saying. If you want to go there, you can. If not, don't worry about it. Just fucking die. Cross over to eternal life. But some of us live in eternal life in the present, like right now. Like, you look at me, you're like, I'm just some ordinary guy living like a mortal being in my human body. What do you mean living in eternal life? You could just, like, if I shot you in the head, wouldn't you die? Like any human? My body would die, but I, who I am, I would live on for eternity. I live in eternal life. You would do nothing to affect that. I don't need my body for that. I'm like already there. I go wherever I want, honestly. Yeah. Anytime, any moment. It's there's more to it than just using your imagination, but essentially it's just using your imagination to go to cross the edge of time on your own. But if you're worried about crossing the edge of time, what's going to happen? There's a place there we created to survive the collapse of the universe, the end of the universe. Something we created. Human beings. Because why? Because we have a will to survive. We're not going to fucking just take that lying down. The universe is collapsing. Going to end? Well, we can do something about that, surely. Yeah. What is it? Someone has a plan? There is a plan? What are you talking about? How? Like it's in the archives? The religious archives? Well, I mean, we had no other leads to look. Let's go look at that one. Huh. Yeah, actually, that could work. Okay, we'll use this. Everyone get together. Yeah, don't worry about it. We don't need him here. He wrote the plan. That was his contribution for humanity. His contribution for humanity. All of humanity. Secured us a place with this plan that I'm telling you about right now. The plan is already there. It's already been secured don't worry about it. You don't need to do anything. It's already locked in. Humanity's already been you had their ticket paid for. All of us. Whoever's there. So other species will need to fucking have they'll want something to contribute to feel like they have just as much a part in it. But that doesn't mean that you can't help build it too, because they will need all kinds of help, and you should help. Yeah, if you're a fucking freeloader and you're gonna just be, then you probably don't deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta at least understand what the hell's happening if you're gonna be on the edge of time. If you have no fucking idea, just don't fucking bother, please. You're gonna just get yourself hurt. It's not like that. It's like a medication. If you have a fucking sickness, if you find out that you're immortal, that you have mortality and you're going to die, the edge of time is your cure. That's gonna help you. That's gonna fucking cure your disease. But that doesn't mean that you still have to live your life and contribute and do something for people. And that's what the disease is all about. If you get that disease, you might feel like there's like no point to anything. There's no like reason to be a good person, no reason to work. No, that's a fucking disease. If you're behaving like that, you've got something wrong with you. You need to be cured. The edge of time is your cure. I don't give a shit if you like it. It's going to be slapped in your motherfucking face, shot into you like a tranquilizer dart. Because if you're behaving like that, like you're the goddamn fucking king of creation and fucking god of the universe, because you're going to die and don't need to do a goddamn thing and fucking have no responsibility or whatever. You're like a fucking rabid dog out there fucking up everyone's lives. To hell with that. We're gonna cure you. We're gonna catch you, cure you, trank you, fucking give you medication, and you'll wake up eventually and realize what the fuck you're doing and feel bad about it. And then fucking whatever. Alright. You good with that? You understand? Edge of time. That's it. What else? What do you mean, what else? Fuck you! Go fuck yourself. That's what else.